Have you ever wanted to try out a group overlanding trip? And even better, what about a group overlanding trip to a place like the Ozarks in Arkansas? So when Tri State Overland decided to host a small group trip in the fall to the Ozarks, and we knew several of the members who were signed up to attend, we also knew that this was our opportunity to go and explore the many mudholes and water crossings in the land of Matt and Kara in the Ozarks of Arkansas. The group originally planned to drive the high watermark trail, but with water levels at historic lows in the Ozarks, instead, we turned to the first 3 days of the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail. So if you've ever wondered what your adventure in the Ozarks might look like, I hope you'll come along for the ride. Our group of 14 people, 9 rigs, and 6 dogs, we camped out the night before at Woolham near the Buffalo River. This crossing is typically the deepest on this trail, but today I didn't even get my shorts wet crossing over to take video. PJ, one of the group leaders, drove across first in his 2019 Ford F-150. He's accompanied by his wife Sarah, sons Blake and Ike, and dogs Onyx and Koa. Jenna, Seth, and dog Kaylee were next in the Ford Bronco, followed by Denny and Heather in their Gladiator, David in his Toyota, Taylor in her Bronco with her dog Riley, and Amber in his Gladiator, accompanied by his dad. Bill is driving his 2013 Jeep JKU and is accompanied by a dog he found abandoned a week before on the roadside. Now, I've only been driving off-road about 6 months, and the first big water crossing I did, I managed to hit the brakes and go backwards. So that's become a running joke between Bill and I.
So Bill, I'm not supposed to put the brake pedal on, right?
Correct. Stay steady and don't stop and don't back up.
Jason, our other group leader, came across last in his Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, accompanied by his wife, Kelly.
Hey, Krys, I don't think I closed or tightened the lid on your water tank. You might want to check that. You had one job. Promptly fired.
And with that little inconvenience out of the way, we hoped that was the worst problem we'd see all day on this trail.
Alright, everybody, we're to the Nars. Park on the right-hand side of the road here as much as we can. Make sure folks can pass the station.
The Narrows, or the Nars as they're known locally, is a thin spine of rock that towers magnificently over the Buffalo River, granting resplendent views in all directions. Although the Nars are one of the more photographed locations in the area, locating and enjoying this spot is not particularly easy. You first have to locate the well-traveled social trail, and then you have to be brave enough to climb up the steep incline to the top of the rocky bluff. That is pretty crazy. I mean, I know Denny is pretty crazy, but wow. All the way down.
Whoa.
What do you think about that, Ox? Turn that way, it still goes like that. I'm gonna go a little ways. I don't know if I'm that crazy. Maybe a little crazy, but not completely. So this is like way up here. I think I'm the only person who was dumb enough. I didn't think about which word I wanted to use there, because stupid enough, dumb enough, crazy enough to climb up this nice little spine of rock right here. But the view up here is just awesome. All the fields behind me, right there. But if I turn this way, here, I'm actually going to sit on the rock because I feel a lot more stable that way. Fields, and then everybody behind me down there.
on the rock below. And then the Buffalo River, which is so low right now. It's not dry, but it's definitely low. Ready to hike down with me? Because this, right, here we go. Here are my feet. And here is the edge. And that's where we have to go back down. Down to there.
If you'll notice, I put my sandals on that morning because I assumed I was going to be walking across a lot of rivers to take film. When Denny called them my stupid shoes, I just kind of laughed because darn, they're pretty comfortable. But at this point, looking back, I highly recommend these for water crossings, but not necessarily for walking around on rocks like this, and definitely not for exploring any caves.
I guess I'll do it in a video because then I can just take stills so we can all like...
Sup, Gary?
Sup, Gary? Are you Gary today, or am I Gary, or is she Gary? Or is Rue Gary? Because we have Rue too. She's about to jump off the ledge apparently.
Although the Ozarks are known for their vast number of water crossings, this was not your average year. Except for the first crossing of the Buffalo River at Woolham, every other stream bed and river course, they all looked exactly like this that morning.
So how deep would the water usually be here? Head high, really? So I'd be underwater right now. I don't even see any puddles or water or anything. You've got some soft sand, but... And you can see it's completely dry. So I guess that means we all have to come back again when it's normal.
Yeah.
So we can get the real experience. Because this is probably very unique. Almost looks like there's a cave way down there. I don't know if do we have time? Because that would be good to go check that out. Yeah, it looks like there's a cave, but it's down there a little ways, and I didn't want to take too much time. Seth and I were talking about going down there. Because I bet when the water's high, you can't even see it. It's right at the corner down there. Yeah. I don't see any water at all. So it's really cool to have the opportunity to come down and check this out. None. I mean, we've got flowers growing in the bottom, so it's been a little while. Vines.
Looks like it's about to be dead.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'll get back there and then it'll die.
This area is really more of just a recess in the rock the water had eaten away.
Can you bring it up closer, Bill?
There was no temperature change when we entered, and there was no air moving through this area. But despite that, there are still dangers in areas like this that you need to be aware of.
Under you also.
Yeah, I saw that. This may end right here. The only thing I can't see is right here. Nope, it doesn't go anywhere that way. Pretty neat.
Definitely. Oh, shit. I should have cut the damn light.
Oh! Oh my gosh, that hurts my foot.
Yeah.
There's a hole.
I pulled the light down to look under here. I forgot about her. Sorry, dude.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. Wow, that goes way down.
That's what I was looking at when you fell in.
I'm still trying to get steady on this foot. It hurts like heck. Okay, I'm going to put weight on it.
Fell through the rocks in the river.
Oh my gosh, it hurt. That was dumb.
There's a spider right there. About to put the leg on him.
Sweet. Oh, hi, bud. How are you?
Don't know what it is. Don't want to get bit.
No, probably not. Hope I didn't break the bone on the front top. That would be brilliant.
None of us at that point realized how bad I'd hurt my foot. It was another 4 weeks after we got home from vacation that I finally verified a couple of fractures and at least one torn tendon. But for that morning, I'm just glad everybody was so patient, waiting for us to return from our exploration. Not too much further up the road, we came across the Richland Creek Campground, which turned out to be a perfect place for us to stop and enjoy lunch, and for me to put an ice pack on that foot. The Richland Creek Campground has 11 first-come, first-served paid sites. It also has vault toilets and picnic tables.
We're going to be coming up to Six Finger Falls here, between 2 long, pretty short up here. That's going to be on the right-hand side. We'll take a quick stop there, and everybody can get pictures and check that out. Probably not a whole lot of water flowing today, but still should look pretty cool.
It is Half a Finger Falls today.
Picky Finger Falls.
Picky Finger?
Six Finger Falls may only be 6 feet tall, but it's over 100 feet wide at this stretch of the river. It's also only about 100 feet off the road, and when there's water flowing, this place must be grand indeed. Today, well, it was just a little lackluster, but that definitely didn't stop the entire group from walking down to enjoy exploring the area. And the boys had a blast climbing around on all of those rocks.
I don't know how you do that with those shoes. I'd be losing them. So where do you go from there? Nice.
The roads and trails comprising the first day of the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail had so far been easy. And although we occasionally got to drive over bridges that actually had water flowing under them, it was a pretty dusty ride that day.
Everybody, when it's dusty like this, just to turn your headlights on so that your tail lights are on so we can see them. That'd be appreciated. It's a little bit of safety. Man, Bill's lighting the trail up like it's daylight now. Holy smokes. When Jason speaks, I listen, man. I make one of us. Bill, I know my tail lights are typically harder to see. Are you able to see them? Not at this moment, but when it's a little less dusty, I can. Can you see the white lights at the top that I just turned on? Oh, yeah, that makes it better. Besides, it's cool, man. I've settled it for me. I'm putting a chase light on the back of my truck. Yeah, I mean, all the cool kids are doing it. Get a picture of that. I kind of flew by it. Body's in nice shape on it, too.
Yep, the hillside is definitely eating it.
Soon after leaving that site behind, we found ourselves driving down the kind of road that Bill and I always look forward to driving.
Here we go, folks.
This is definitely trail.
Hey, there's water. I was just going to say, holy smokes, it sounded good under my tires. I'm going to count this little puddle in my front driver's spot, Bill, as a water crossing. How to do it.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to get back from the Ozarks and say, guess what? We did one water crossing.
Oh, we're gonna have to get skinny in here, there, Mr. Broncos. Suck it in, Taylor. I was just checking out how you didn't tap your butt going back there. I did with my Jeep. Just take it slow. I didn't hit nose or tail at all. I drove like a Subaru. My son once called it a super duper and is forever known as that in my house. Was that the tail end of that Gladiator hitting? Yep, I had the yield protector or something. Alright, so the left turn here, you can go up and around it if you like, or you can turn left and go down into this mud hole. I'm going to try the mud hole in this one. Ooh, the new bumper got a scratch.
Now Jenna and her Bronco and David and his Toyota, they both decided they were going to bypass this particular mud hole. But Denny, in his Gladiator on 33-inch stock tires, he decided to tackle this obstacle head on.
I think he's gonna turtle, I'm afraid.
Thankfully, when you're adept at using a winch, it's only just a matter of minutes to rescue yourself. Now Amber's Jeep Gladiator is on 37-inch tires, but both he and his dad, they also decided to bypass this obstacle. As I hobbled back to my Jeep on 37-inch tires, I knew I had to tackle this head on.
Low. My sway bar's released. Here we go. Can you point me if I'm going somewhere I shouldn't? Go that way?
Hard driver. There you go. Hard driver.
37s for the win.
Woo! Woohoo!
Driver. Driver. Just roll through it. There you go.
Little back tire lift.
Driver. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Sliding. Other passenger, right?
Oh
Driver.
yeah.
Driver. Driver. Roll through it. You're good.
Just a sec, I gotta see if there's any white parts laying behind me. Nope. That's awesome.
Now you might have noticed that Bill's doing an awful lot of filming since I hurt my foot, but he couldn't exactly film himself driving through this. So when Blake asked for a chance, we decided to give him a shot. Nice job indeed. PJ and Sarah, I think you've got an aspiring young filmmaker on your hands.
Anybody see Heather? She comes back to me. She's filming Krys going through that mud hole. Looks like she's filming everybody.
And indeed, Heather too was helping us to get some additional film on this trip. It actually got all of us talking about how it might be really awesome on the next trip to have everybody take some film as they went, and then edit it all into one big adventure video with all those different perspectives.
And I'm kind of hitting a tree here, so I probably had to pay more attention to the road instead of talking to the camera. But,
Hold up, let everybody catch up. I'm gonna pause right here again and take a look at this mud hole. Yep, the F-150 is not doing this obstacle. I'm gonna take the bypass to the right. Is it a mud hole or is it something else? It's a mud hole, but the drop-in looks like it'll swallow a 40-inch tire. Certainly one of these Gladiators on 37s is gonna try that mud hole, correct?
And although Bill was a little skeptical, he was more than willing to try.
oh, nice mud. He did pick the soft side. Uh-oh. You can do it. Nice. Woo-hoo!
And after going through that mud hole in 37s in my Gladiator, Bill also decided that he wanted to drive the JKU with 35-inch tires through the same obstacle.
Nice divot in the mud right there. Wow. Uh-oh. Got your lockers in?
Let's just find my Bronco I sent in there. No, thank you.
Yes, this is why you did not do that. There's a lot of mud behind that back tire.
You got a free saver?
Yep. Unfortunately, your exhaust exhaust is underwater.
Yeah, we need to get her out.
Yeah, we need to get her out of there pretty quick.
He did.
You get to the bottom and you know it's that much, you're in the bottom. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on.
He's out.
Come on.
A little bit of mud.
Oh, that was stressful. Good thing it wasn't my car.
You didn't want to do that to your Bronco?
Negatory.
They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
By this point in the day, Rue was completely over being in that Jeep, and the rest of us were wondering, would we find any more water crossings today? Thankfully, the answer to that one was a resounding yes. They might not have been exactly what we expected from the Ozarks, but sometimes you've just got to enjoy what you find.
Tried this, tried that, tried everything. Coming right back. Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear.
By this time of the day, Bill was getting a lot more used to filming, and he was starting to get a lot braver about it, too.
How tight are you holding on? This goes down steep. Hold on.
That's hard on the ribs.
I'm not going that fast.
I know. Jump on, man. Plenty of room.
I'll wait for her to get it.
Got one more to go through. You holding on?
Yeah, just go easy.
There's a toad. I want to run over the frog or toad or whatever he is.
What we experienced the first day on the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail is probably extremely atypical given the lack of water. But I had to remind myself how unique this opportunity was. How many other people get to see the Ozarks in quite this way?
Passenger, Ted. Passenger, hard.
And isn't life really just about embracing the adventure that's right in front of you, regardless of how it looks?
You gonna come down?
Everybody always says I'm kind of backward.
I did what you said. All right, now.
Follow Danny.
Nice job, Taylor. Woo!
On our first day on the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail, we drove a little less than 40 miles. We crossed the Buffalo River, explored the Nars, debated a more fitting dry season name for Six Finger Falls, and crossed so many dry riverbeds and washes that we simply stopped counting all those possible water crossings. By the end of the day, we only crossed one additional riverbed with a small trickle of water, plus this place, which at least had a large puddle to drive through. So if any of us had come to the Ozarks with the sole goal of crossing as many deep rivers as possible, we would have been sorely disappointed. Thankfully, we didn't come to the Ozarks just for the water crossings. We came for the camaraderie of those around us and the adventure that always lays in wait ahead of us. Throughout the day, we've been noticing dispersed camps along the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail, and tonight, our group leaders found us a beautiful camp right along the North Fork, Illinois Bayou. And although you might expect 9 rigs, 14 people, and 6 dogs to cause a space to feel pretty small, this particular site was more than large enough for all of us, as well as for an extra evening visitor. This particular site usually looks to be a great place to go swimming, but the water this evening was a little shallow. That, however, did not stop the boys from trying to enjoy themselves.
Woo, nice try. Smart. Look at that.
Smart.
Yeah. You're about as smart as a chimpanzee now. Hold on. Video.
Yay!
Thanks so much for joining us on our first day on the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail. And I hope you'll come back and join us again next week as we travel onward down the trail.
I hope he doesn't need his winch. Skinny pedal, not the brake. Seriously?
Driver!
Trying to save a little frog.
If you liked what you saw today, I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. Bill has this crazy notion that Journey Beyond Overland can reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. But in the meantime, until we see you again, I hope you go out and find your own adventure.